The term superfood has become a fixture in modern health culture, plastered across product packaging, blog posts, and social media as a shorthand for magical cures in edible form. Blueberries for antioxidants, turmeric for inflammation, kale for detoxification. These foods are often portrayed as nutritional silver bullets, capable of preventing or even reversing chronic diseases like cancer. But beneath the marketing gloss, the scientific reality is far less dramatic. No single food, no matter how nutrient-dense, has been shown to prevent cancer on its own. In fact, over-reliance on so-called superfoods may distract from more important dietary and lifestyle patterns that offer real protection. Clinical studies investigating the cancer preventive properties of individual foods often produce mixed or inconclusive results. Laboratory and animal studies may suggest potential mechanisms. For instance, sulforaphane in broccoli influencing carcinogen metabolism or resveratrol in grapes affecting cellular signaling, but translating these findings into consistent human benefits remains elusive. Doses used in experimental settings are often far higher than what anyone would realistically consume through diet. And the effect of a single compound is difficult to isolate within the vastly complex interplay of genetics, gut microbiota, environmental exposures, and overall dietary habits. What's more concerning is how the superfood narrative creates a false sense of security. People may believe that regularly consuming a few celebrated ingredients can offset other risk factors: smoking, alcohol, processed meats, sedentary behavior, or excessive body fat. This belief can encourage nutritional shortcuts, where a smoothie bowl with chia seeds and goji berries becomes a substitute for broader, more consistent dietary changes. Superfoods can also foster unhealthy extremes, such as consuming large quantities of raw cruciferous vegetables or turmeric supplements without understanding potential side effects, interactions with medications, or limits to their efficacy. The commercial exploitation of the superfood label adds another layer of distortion. Exotic ingredients from remote regions, acai, camu camu, morena, are often marketed with inflated claims and hefty price tags, despite limited human research to back their benefits. Meanwhile, accessible and equally nutritious foods like beans, oats, carrots, or apples are overlooked because they lack novelty or buzz. This skews consumer behavior and can widen nutritional disparities, encouraging a fixation on expensive items rather than affordable, evidence-based eating patterns. Moreover, focusing on individual foods runs counter to how nutrition science operates. Dietary patterns, not isolated ingredients, are what drive health outcomes over time. A single healthy food cannot compensate for a diet high in processed sugars, trans fats, and sodium. Nor can it reverse the damage caused by chronic inflammation or metabolic dysfunction that may take decades to develop. Cancer is a multifactorial disease, and the reductionist focus on food as medicine misses this complexity entirely. Scientific bodies such as the World Cancer Research Fund and the American Institute for Cancer Research consistently recommend a diet that is plant-rich, fiber-dense, and minimally processed, not a diet built around miracle foods. Their guidelines emphasize variety, moderation, and consistency, echoing the principles found in Mediterranean and traditional Asian dietary patterns. This approach doesn't lend itself to flashy headlines, but it is the one backed by long-term, population-level evidence. Even so, myths persist, in part because they're comforting. The idea that we can ward off cancer with a handful of berries or a cup of green tea offers control in the face of an unpredictable disease. But this optimism can also lead to neglect of broader lifestyle factors that truly matter: regular physical activity, weight management, limiting alcohol, and avoiding tobacco. It may also lead vulnerable individuals, especially those with a cancer diagnosis, to pursue unproven and expensive diets instead of adhering to medical nutrition therapy advised by professionals. In the end, the superfood myth is not just scientifically inaccurate, it can be actively harmful. It oversimplifies nutrition, misguides public perception, and opens the door to opportunistic marketing that preys on fear. Cancer prevention is not about magical ingredients, but about long-term, evidence-based lifestyle choices made day after day. Until this message replaces hype with honesty, people will continue to chase promises that diet alone cannot deliver.